I just don't believe.
Life's tough. Get a helmet.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the background noise. The AC is going and we're in a heat wave, so I'm not cutting that off.
If you really want it, yes, come and get it.
Welcome to another Wednesday reaction. I see threads. Wasn't much obliged. So we're gonna go back to Reddit and we're gonna go back to fatlogic because that kind of did well last time. So we're gonna do that again. Starting off strong. This is a comment from a video claiming fat phobia is just rape culture rebranded. It also has everything to do with schmiedoschmelia. Larger bodies aren't as easy to dominate. Women typically are mid-sized when healthy. They hate any woman that looks like an adult. Fat phobia is deeply rooted in misogyny, and grape culture is of course tied to that. I have a sociology degree. Everything leads back to misogyny, classism, and racism. Literally everything. It's actually insane. I think it's crazy because don't the more sizable of us say that they're more youthful because they're more sizable? So if you're getting smaller is rooted in schmiedoschmelia, then wouldn't... I'm not like an expert. I just think that people are grasping at straws, trying to paint a narrative. But the thing is, I just don't believe in fat phobia.
You say something so controversial yet so brave.
Yes, extra fat, adipose tissue, and weight will definitely make pregnant easier. No one wants to hear this, but a good way to avoiding a bunch of pregnancy issues is to get fat. I don't think that's right. One of my colleagues' last kid literally destroyed her teeth by drawing all the calcium out of them. She literally lost several teeth because of pregnancy. Pregnancy is horrifying. Humans are absolutely not optimally designed for childbirth. There's a lot of opinions in this one.
If you need a bunch of calcium, you could drink a lot of milk. Then your teeth and bones and everything would be great, but you also might get kind of fat.
I don't think milk inherently causes you to get fat. I don't think anything inherently causes you to get fat besides eating too much. Or, you know, just eat a nutritionally balanced diet with the appropriate amount of additional calories to support your growing fetus. Why is it all or nothing for these folks? And I'll tell you why. We'll circle back on that. Limitations when it comes to beds? Limited. The exclusion of fat people is so effing insidious. What do you mean most low-cost mattresses aren't rated for anyone over 230 pounds? And when they are, it's, yeah, this probably will suck for you and break faster unless you upgrade for our XXXXL. I mean, plus-size mattress for $600? How is this allowed? How is everyone seeing this and not angry too? Why doesn't anyone seem to give a crap that we are literally being pushed by every single industry, food, clothes, furniture, wellness, devices, any public space with seating, crafts, etc., to become ostracized so they don't have to deal with us anymore? Every time I'm thinking of the way the world treats fat people, and most especially fat women, my face burns and I just want to cry. I will never stop being angry, and I don't know how people can stand to live with it as if this is normal and okay. And then there's a bunch of hashtags. Hashtag, like trying to even see what options are out there, and it's like every single affordable mattress is only graded for you effing toothpicks. Aren't hashtags supposed to be commonly used like words and phrases? Beds are expensive. You can get affordable ones. Like my husband and I, we got one off of Amazon that came in a box. I forget how much it was, but I swear it was like $50 or something. I don't think it's like insidious because that implies that they're like doing this with malintent, saying that fat people should have to spend a ton for a California King mattress. And I don't think that's the case. I think they're expensive because they're kind of greedy, because corporates are, you know, full of greed. But I really don't think it's like on purpose to inconvenience fat people. I just let out the longest sigh of my life. The people who say just eat less have probably never fought this battle. Brother, I have fought so many of these battles, and just eat less is a super simple way to put it, but I mean, the math is math. I'm genuinely not being rude in any way. I used to be big. I ate less and worked out. It's okay to go to bed hungry. It's okay to not feel full after a meal. It's okay to suffer a little bit for longevity. You will start when you're ready. Take care. This is not good advice. I think that was great advice. It may not be what you want to hear, but life's tough. Get a helmet. Intuitive eating and fat acceptance have changed my life. Intuitive eating and fat acceptance have changed my life. I'm fat. I'm healthy, according to my doctor. I have lovers and friends. I have a sense of fashion. I love food and cooking. I am free from the food police, and I'm winning against the body police. My doctor offered me Ozempic. And I said no. I'm worried about my friends and loved ones who have taken it. I think it's going to be very emotionally difficult for them when they quit taking it and gain back all the weight.
Editing Christy has clocked. If you are so healthy, why is it that your doctor told you should get on Ozempic to begin with?
If they're fixing their habits and getting a little bit of therapy, maybe they won't gain back all the weight. I think that's such a common misconception with like weight loss in general, because I mean, people don't do it like sustainably and then they gain the weight back, and so people are like, I'm gaining and losing all my life and it's not getting any better, and it's just because things aren't sustainable. But to say that they're going to get off of Ozempic and just gain it all back is just kind of not right in my opinion, because I do know of people that have lost weight with weight loss medications and things like that, and they didn't get it back because they changed their lifestyles. So my husband just got home. Ah yes, the dreaded starvation mode. Health doesn't have a look or a size. There are people who are 250 pounds and are so malnourished that their body is in starvation mode, but they get refused care a lot because people literally don't believe them. That's because starvation mode doesn't exist. I think we should look up the facts, about starvation mode. I am gonna ask Google AI. I know, we don't trust AI, we don't like AI, but we do utilize her.
Hungry, hypocrite.
Starvation mode. The idea that eating too little forces your body to hold on to fat is a myth. However, a severe calorie restriction does trigger metabolic adaptive thermogenesis, causing your metabolism to slow slightly around 30 to 100 calories per day, and your energy levels drop.
This slowdown results in a plateau that does not cause fat gain. Consistently under-eating simply leads to muscle loss and malnourishment. If weight is rapidly regained after a restrictive diet, it is usually because the individual overeats due to an intense hunger or lost lean muscle tissue, which lowers their basal metabolic rate.
Also cited by Healthline. But again, people, they love excuses. We know that doesn't exist, but I just wanted to do a little research. So, do we really have no control over our weight? Maybe not an exact number, but we can certainly control it to keep it in a healthy range, I believe. Also, is set point real? We're not about to do some more research because we already know set point is not real, and I did discuss that in one of my other reaction videos. You're just gonna have to watch them all to find which one. Human beings, on average, cannot exert total control over their weight. Being singularly obsessed with exerting total control over your weight is, in fact, a disordered behavior. So we want to look at like the language being used here, because they're being kind of specific, They're saying being singularly obsessed with exerting total control is disordered. And I mean, I can agree, because you're singularly obsessed, but they are probably trying to point this as calorie counting in general, which I don't think is obsessed. It's just realistic and a good way to ensure results. This is not the same as having a schmorder, but it is a warning sign for developing one and carries its own negative health effects. I did say that in the comment of one of my OT YouTubers videos, Unglamorous Glow, where I had mentioned that kind of goes hand in hand, really, those terms. I also mentioned that it could be a precursor as well, just by my own experience, right? So I do know those bad habits can lead to worse habits. It's not disordered to look at your diet and decide you'd like to drink more water, which then naturally results in drinking less soda. It is disordered to become obsessed about soda and feel extremely stressed at the thought of ever drinking one because of its calorie content. More so because of the sugar content for me personally, but I mean, yeah, it's unnecessary calories because I want to eat those calories. I don't want to drink them unless it's my Starbucks.
I want to shake some sense into you kids.
There are many fitness practices for some people some of the time which will result in weight loss, but you don't control if it happens to you. Yes and no, right? Because you do control what you put in your mouth, and you do control when you move your body and how you do so. So in that way, it is in your control. Because the truth no one wants to acknowledge is that losing weight isn't inherently healthy. Gaining weight isn't inherently unhealthy.
Well,
I'm just gonna let you go on. And as you incorporate more fitness habits into your life, like movement, improved nutrition, better hydration, better rest, etc., your weight will likely regulate to your body's set weight.
Bruh.
Set weight does not exist. Set weight is still a theory, though a well-supported one. But the likelihood is your body has genetically programmed optimum weight range. And while maintaining healthful habits, you can totally toggle it to either end of your natural range, but the thinness that society idolizes is not in everybody's natural range. I mean, it depends on who you're talking about and who's idolizing what, because some things you know, they're not realistic, they're not sustainable, they're not healthy. Other things are, and you could very well be lumping like the super unhealthy with the healthy and saying it's all unhealthy just because they're smaller than you. Sure, we'll say sure. Doing all of this will get you to where your body needs to be. Prioritizing, you know, of course, nutrition and staying in the calorie range that your body needs. Which means with fitness, some people will lose weight and some people will gain weight. Some people's weights won't change much at all. If you're gaining weight and it's from muscle, but if you're eating intuitively or however you're describing your diet, if that is what's making you gain weight and it's not muscle and strength training, then it might be unhealthy. Some people who are currently living in thin bodies may discover that they are actually healthier in fatter bodies, which is why weight loss-centric mentalities often lead to disordered behaviors. Because when getting healthier doesn't make you thinner, lots of folks will choose fitness over health. It's their choice, but we shouldn't be misrepresenting it as healthy. I do recall in my past prioritizing fitness over health, so I get that. But not everyone has that shorter mindset. So it's rules for like 1% won't apply to rules for everybody. Hashtag fitness, hashtag anti-fat phobia, hashtag anti-diet culture. See, these hashtags are appropriate. We're gonna do one more. Uh-oh, sounds like they are catering to Schmiede-Schmillick beauty standards here. Way to bring it full circle, since the first one we did was also kind of talking about that. The beauty industry won't tell you this, but being fat makes you appear younger. It's nature's Botox or whatever. I don't know, I've always looked young, whether I've been big or small.
This is a story about a girl named Lucky.
So it might just depend on your genetics and how you look. In the beginning one, they were saying that you want to be skinny for like the patriarchy. Is that what it was? So they said larger bodies aren't as easy to dominate. Grown women typically are mid-sized when healthy. They hate any woman that looks like an adult. So they're saying you look like an adult because you're bigger. And so now this last person is saying you look younger when you're bigger. So which one is it? I'll leave you on that question. You can answer it in the comments below. Fat logic is a wild place. It is. Let me know if you guys like this. Subscribe if you would like to follow along. I do share my journey to a healthier lifestyle. And then of course on Wednesdays I do Reddit and sometimes Threads reactions. Sometimes on Saturdays I do singing. Maybe I'm going to hang that up. I still don't know. But subscribe if you would like more of me. And of course check out my other videos. I've got tons for you from my previous weight loss journey plus this current one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.